First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually volunteer for this? It was unbelievably painful.
Welcome to another episode of Total Eclipse of the Hearse. Oh, that's a good one. I was proud of that one.
I still hear your voice when you speak out my name.
Is that a line from that song?
That's the first line from that song, Tim.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait.
I don't think I've ever actually listened to the words in this song.
No.
I think it might be the wrong... Go, Casey.
It's a Cascada song. I still hear your voice when...
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is...
Yeah. That's... Oh, shit! I mixed up my songs!
Really confused.
Oh, Tim, you're
like,
safe. I got it
This
wrong.
is even better because, Tim, did you know that is actually in a vampire musical?
No.
Okay,
No.
sweet. Yeah.
Sure didn't.
So in a way, it was all the right subject matter.
Yeah.
It
Really?
totally wasn't.
It's perfect.
It really wasn't.
I did have a moment where I was like, is that Alex code for there's something wrong with my audio right now?
No.
I don't...
Why would I use a code instead of just saying, like...
If you're asking me why any of us do anything for any reason, I don't know. Why did we get Single Thought Connection as a website?
Because it was a great idea.
It was a great idea. Oh,
I
man.
mean,
When we get done recording, we're just all gonna, as a group, watch the literal music video for that because it is so fucking good.
I'm ready.
Oh.
Okay, I'm in. I am Tim, and with me, as always, for our Patreon episode, I'm going to throw that in there because I think I never really mentioned that. I'm just going to add it. Our anonymous Alex, Jenna, and KCD, the best people that I know. How are y'all?
Fantastic. So excited.
Feeling pretty stupid after fucking up that song.
No!
After all the things I've done.
I get Total Eclipse.
Can you hear me?
That was a cry for help, and I will hear nothing else.
I get Time After Time and Total Eclipse of the Heart mixed up sometimes. Like, it's the same vibe, you know?
It's all the same feeling.
Yeah.
I have been followed everywhere I go by a song recently, and it's the song from the last scene, not the last scene, the part in Napoleon Dynamite at the end where they're playing tetherball. Like, everywhere I go, that song seems to be playing.
What song is that?
I don't know what the name of the song is or anything. Just go watch the end of Napoleon Dynamite.
Just watch
I
the
refuse.
tetherball scene.
I refuse.
Yeah.
Never again.
What's wrong with Napoleon Dynamite?
I fucking hate that movie so much. I hate it
really?
so much. Tim, I hate it so much. Okay, it came out when I was in high school. And anytime a teacher didn't want to do something, we would fucking watch Napoleon Dynamite instead.
How do they justify that?
I don't fucking know. I have no idea, but I would just leave. I would just walk out of the room and I'm gonna go file paperwork. I'll see you later. I'm your TA for the day. Bye bye.
Oh my God.
Whatever. Like, I don't... We had to watch Voyage of the Mimi.
The fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
Have you never seen Voyage of the Mimi?
No, I've never even heard Voyage of the Mimi.
Did you know that Mimi, did you know that Ben Affleck was a child actor?
I did know that.
I barely know who Ben Affleck is.
Affleck.
I barely.
He's the Batman after
I'm just
Christian
really
Bale.
bad at actors.
So Voyage of the Mimi was like this like public television learning deal that they made us watch. It was multi-parts about boat life or something. I don't remember.
Tim is an old ass bitch.
Yeah.
And he's describing old ass bitch things.
Did you not have to watch this, Jenna? You never had to watch
No.
Voyage of the Mimi?
No.
You had to watch Napoleon
Do you know
Dynamite.
what he's talking about, though?
I vaguely know what he's talking about just because I've seen people like show, Ben Affleck in this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool, that's adorable, but no, I'm not that old. I remember David the Gnome, though, Tim, so it's okay.
Oh my goodness. That's a throwback.
What the?
Wow.
1984.
I feel like Casey just doxed me.
I'm sorry.
It's
Good thing we're on a podcast.
Dude.
all right, so we got to get this part over with. We read the first half of a book. I don't know. Why don't you talk about it? I'm going to turn my crap off for a little while here.
Okay, I'm going to read this as I wrote it, which wasn't a fever dream. You can decide whether or not you think I was on drugs when I wrote it.
I'm so excited.
It's not good. Like, it's not like, oh, this is so funny. Like, it's bad.
You had
It's
to sit through 2 of mine. You'll be fine.
Okay, I'm going to read this as written. Hello, my name is Alex, and I have been asked to summarize the first 14 chapters of the book Eclipse, the third Twilight book in the saga written by Stephanie Meyer. Wait, I hear you ask. Is that task not impossible? Why, yes, dear listener, it is. I can assure you, having read this book, I am not confident in my ability to adequately relate to you what happened. But let's try. This book starts with the chief of police, a man responsible for investigating murders and upholding complex laws, almost exploding a microwave by putting metal in it. A thing I have done in only 2 of the 4 microwaves that I have destroyed.
Sorry, continue.
But I digress. He then agreed to unground his adult daughter from the house arrest if she will go play with her friends and not see her boyfriend as much. There's a newspaper article about a killing spree in Seattle. This is important, but I didn't know where to put it, so here it is. Anyways, Edward shows up, and upon finding out that she is not under house arrest anymore, lies, manipulates, and guilt trips both of them into going to plan a trip to Bella's mother in Arizona or some shit. No one really knows anymore. Maybe Florida. There's no way to know. She's a wild card, bitches. So yeah, they agree to that because they were manipulated into it. Bella has not seen her mother since she tripped down 2 flights of stairs and through a window, but the interaction lasts all of 5 pages. And the only thing Renee cares about is how concerning Bella's relationship with Edward is. Bella then gaslights her mother into being less concerned, and they go home. Listen, this is fine, because we find out that the whole trip was just a trick to get Bella out of town when Victoria returned to hunt her down. It's a house built on lies. The foundation of this house is lies, and no amount of money is going to fix that. But just like the real estate market of April of 2022, we're going to bypass that inspection and just buy the whole damn thing. So, you know. So, God damn it. Okay. Bella finds out that while they were in Phoenix, I'm realizing at this point that my notes say Phoenix, but I did mean Florida. There was a skirmish where Edward hides it from her because the mind of a woman is just too delicate for such terrible matters as this, so Bella can't know, okay? Mm-hmm. And then Jacob goes to Bella's school to make sure that she wasn't turned on this trip, which would break the treaty, and, anyways, whatever. Edward's gonna leave and go feed at some point after this, which is fine, because Bella has to work, and she did make plans to address envelopes with her friend Angela. Angela? Jesus Christ!
Angela!
My brain is breaking. Angela and also Alice is kidnapping Bella at night, quite literally against her will, so that Bella will be entertained while Edward is away. However, when she goes to show up at that shift, they don't need her. They didn't call her, but honestly, that's exactly the level of communication I've come to expect from this series of books at this point, so it's no surprise when they send her home with no pay. They do ask Bella to throw away flyers that they did agree to hand out from their counter, so they're also liars. And when she went to throw them out, she saw a wolf on it, so she's like, let's go visit Jacob, I guess. She pushes her truck to 55 miles per hour, which means something to Bella, but honestly is the speed that Miss Daisy insists Morgan Freeman drove the entire movie. So it's not fast. Anyways, she somehow outruns a vampire that can break the sound barrier and gets to see Jacob. And I guess they make up, but honestly, it's just hours of problematic behaviors and boundary stomping and whatever. They're worried about Victoria. Jacob gives her more details about how Emmett almost fought Paul, who has anger issues, but nobody cares about Paul's anger issues. Whatever. By the time Bella leaves the res with a promise to try and break free again, Edward tails her to Angela's house, where he just angrily follows her and then guns it past her when she arrives. Just a picture of a healthy relationship, really. So whatever. Eventually she leaves Angela's. There's some big blow-up fight, I think. I mean, honestly, I don't remember. And at this point, I'm not sure it matters that I don't remember, because I read this book literally a day ago, and I don't know. So, anyways, negotiations ensue, where Edward comes around on Jacob, I guess, or realizes that, like, a group of werewolves were dangerous, but they were also literally made to hunt vampires, so they could probably protect her from, like, one vampire, I guess. The real issue is that Edward was actually just a jealous little bitch all along. So, anyways, Edward tries the hunting thing again, and Bella is of course put under house arrest, and I promise you the only portion of the summary that I will treat with any sort of gravitas is this one. Rosalie gets a chance to tell Bella her story and explain why she thinks that Bella should take this choice more seriously. We find out that Rosalie's life was perfect, and she was beautiful and had money during a depression, and the only thing she longed for was a beautiful baby. She was betrothed to a man with money, and when walking home late one night, the week before her wedding, and after visiting her friend's baby, she ran into this man drunk, and he and his friends raped her and left her for dead. And then Carlisle found her and turned her. She did exact revenge on these men, but as far as she could see, Bella would have everything that she ever wanted, and that's why she's encouraging her to experience her humanity before making this terrible choice. Bella takes nothing from the story and immediately goes to bed. The next morning, Edward is back, and tries to convince Bella that the bed is great, with weird sexual advances that gets her turned on, and then he leaves. A ruse which I guess works, because what doesn't work on Bella, honestly? At this point, there's going to be a graduation party. That seemed like something I should mention now, so that when we get to the next half of this book, it doesn't seem like I came out of left field. Bella gets home and assumes Alice stole a bunch of her shit, even though she never once saw it at Edward's place. Edward eventually shows up and smells a vampire. Bella gets permission to go see Jacob, and that weird-ass shit starts happening where Bella is handed off at the boundary line and has to walk 30 yards between the cars because they can get no closer as mature goddamn adults. Bella goes to a bonfire where Billy tells a story of how people got the power to turn into wolves, and Bella finds out that 3 of the boys are now imprinted. Sam, who we knew about, Jared, on some chick from school, and then one of them imprints on a literal 2-year-old baby. But Stephanie Meyer promises it isn't weird, because it's not sexual yet. So anyways, Bella has to be carried out of there because she falls asleep at the bonfire because she's too tired, and I guess the infantilization of love interest just continues in this weird-ass book that we're reading. Anyway, some other stuff happens, I guess. Jacob is going to go run around Bella's house all night to protect her from thieves, but then we end up back at Edward's, and then we get to hear Jasper's story, and that was fucking wild. He was a child who lied about his age to join the war. He rose through the ranks quickly because his charisma stats rolled pretty high. He was then turned into one of the leading vampire war people by 3 chicks who showed up in the woods at night. Kind of like a, watery tart handing off the sword kind of a story thing. So anyways, then he raises a vampire army, apparently, amazingly. But as he digs into it, it's really just general basic fucking discipline like you used to train goddamn anything from fucking goldfish. And anyone could have done this, but whatever. It's all about Jasper and his great strategies or whatever. So, whatever. Volturi show up because there's a war in Mexico City. Everybody's making babies. These baby vampires are attacking each other. They're very strong because they live off their own blood. They're in a war. The Volturi killed them all. No big deal. We don't really need to know about this. The only thing we need to know is that, remember that newspaper article that I said earlier in the story that I didn't know where to put it, so I just threw it in? Yeah, that's important now. That's why I had to put it in earlier. So now, that's about a vampire war that's happening in Seattle where somebody's making an army of babies, and that's why there's 41 murders. Something which nobody seems to care about, but that's like a fuck ton of murders, you guys. That's like so many murders in a month. Like, that's an insane amount. So anyways, I digress. The mass murder of innocent victims will not stop Alice from throwing that goddamn party. Okay? I don't care what you say. The loss of human life is not more important than Bella's graduation party. She only graduates from high school for the first time once, guys. And we can't let her miss it. God. Anyways, Bella goes back to the reservation to visit with Jacob. She gets permission from her weird-ass boyfriend. And Jacob promptly falls asleep on the couch, so Bella watches TV. There's mentions of cooking channels, which, like, why? You have the whole TV to yourself, but whatever. And then when he wakes up, he confesses his undying love for her and screams to the sky that he needs her to know that he loves her and she can do with that information whatever she wants. He just wants to clarify so there's no miscommunications, that he actually factually is literally in love with her. And that is all I have.
Army of babies.
Babies
This
everywhere.
book is so much better. What was it? Have you ever seen Dead Alive? Dead Alive is a
No.
Peter Jackson movie, and I think it's got a zombie baby in it.
That makes sense, having seen a few Peter Jackson movies other than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
We should watch Dead Alive. Dead Alive, I wonder if that should be a botched film. It's so good.
We'll have to see if it's on Amazon.
Absolutely. So this book, like, was astoundingly hot garbage. Like,
Yeah.
literally
So hard to summarize.
made me angry, and then I would just get angrier and angrier, and I hated it. I hate all the characters. I hate everybody involved.
Yeah. The first two are like, it's not good, but
Yeah.
maybe it'll go somewhere.
Yeah, no.
And then you get to this one and you're like, oh, it's going to hell.
I just...
Like,
There's so much.
there was so much. And, like, trying to piece this together in a timeline, like, there was times that I went back to the book and started flipping through the 2 or 3 pages to figure out, like, okay, what is the sequence of events here? And the one where Edward comes back from the hunting trip the first time she escapes to the reservation and then leaves again to go hunting, I have no idea. Like, even reading through it, I'm like, I have no clue when this is happening. I have no clue when any of this is taking place. It happens in, like, 2 paragraphs, and it makes 0 sense.
Yeah, plus I thought that he was leaving for the weekend, but then it was still school days.
Yeah, the next day was still school. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's...
At one point, I decided that this book has to be, like, just poking fun at itself. And I'm just not getting it until later. There was the part where Edward was describing Wuthering Heights and how he didn't like all the characters in the book. And I was like, come on. There's a part where Bella literally says to Alice, don't you think that's a little controlling? And I got a little further. And then there's the part where Edward says, you think I'd be glad over something that hurt you? But the one that got me was towards the end of the 14th chapter, or somewhere towards the 14th chapter, where Jacob looks at Bella and says, I saw this story on the news about controlling abusive teenage relationships. And that was when I was just like, it's a joke. It's a joke. They're playing a joke on me.
Literally, yes. I wrote that down too. It's like it's a parody. Yeah, you're right. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's like she seems like she's so close, and then she's like, but it's still fine because Edward's hot. Like what?
This is a farce, and I did not see the humor in it. Because I get, you know what? Maybe it's just on another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm just not giving these books enough credit. Maybe they're...
We don't like it because we just don't get it.
Yeah. Listen, there's enough gaslighting going on in these books. We don't need to do it to ourselves.
Dude, these books are now flammable at this point. There's so much gaslighting in it. Wait, books are all flammable, aren't they? You know what I mean. You get the point. You get the point.
Only at 451.
They're self-inflicted.
Yes.
Combustible.
Yeah, self-combustible at this point. They will light themselves on fire.
Spontaneously combust. That's the term. That's the term.
There we go.
You understood my point. My point stands.
Yes.
That these
Hot fucking trash. Like, even Charlie, who was clearly one of the best characters, immediately pulls that microwave shit. Like,
There's no fucking way. He's lived on his own for 20 years. Fuck you. He has had to heat up his own fucking spaghetti.
Literally every time we get on this podcast, Jenna has to explain something else about life to me. But you know what I've never done? Put metal in the mic. Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. Was that a shot on you?
Oh no. Oh no. So, okay, but maybe because he's done this for 20 years without her and now she's there and she does it all the time, is it forced incompetence? Is he doing it for show because he wants her to think that she's still needed around there because she's already shown that she can move out anytime she wants?
Yeah, she threatened it right before then, or right after then. I don't
Maybe
really
she's just such a little ball of awful that he just wanted a way out.
I just want to end it.
I just wanted to watch the world burn.
I'm just gonna kill us both. It'll be
Yeah.
easier that way. Oh my god. I would have read that book. The aftermath of that.
Oh no.
The one-of-a-kind Canada
It's a fucking Ducati,
From-
okay? Like,
from-
it's a Ducati.
from Akira.
That's what it is.
It's the
bike
yeah,
from
it's the
Akira.
bike from. I had to make it special.
Nice.
I'm like,
Well, if it was, then I would like him a lot better.
this is. You could
'Cause
either.
at least he would have
Ready, Canada.
some depth.
You can either live with the rich city guy who's like, I hear you like motorcycles, let me just get the finest that has ever been made. Or you can go live with the country kid. And I'm like, this is the worst Hallmark movie ever. Ever. At least I
Truly.
like
Well,
one of them
no.
at some point.
Christmas Star's pretty bad.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Don't.
Okay. But, okay, so I'm reading it and I'm mad. And I'm reading it and I'm mad. And I'm mad. And it has nothing to do with the, like, the writing or anything like. I couldn't get far enough
writing's
past my
pretty
rage. Yeah, could be. I couldn't get past my rage at the characters.
Yeah.
In order to absorb it any other way. And then this motherfucker. This motherfucking cretin monster thing. He imprinted on a 2-year-old. And I'm like, what the fuck have they made me read here? Like,
No, Tim,
I
it's
was like,
fine.
but
It's fine. He's gonna be like her big
no,
brother, and
no,
then he'll be like her best
no,
friend,
Judge.
and
Do you
then
know-
he'll be like.
Do you know what?
No, it's fine, Tim. No, it's fine. And then eventually, maybe, probably, because who wouldn't pick him? Then they'll be lovers. Eventually, when she's old enough, because that's not what grooming is or anything.
I think I can get like peak levels of like angry when reading these stories because of the trash way that everybody acts and how like stupid basically everybody is. And then one motherfucker has to go imprint on a fucking 2-year-old, right? And then I'm like, what the fuck? I almost want to drop the book. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? No, this is a fucking choice. The author made this fucking choice that this should happen. Like, somebody put this into the universe, and nothing about this is okay. I got so fucking worked up hearing that part. Like, unlike any other book I've ever read. What? Why? Why would you do this? How does this advance the story at all? It doesn't. Alright, I feel better. I got that out. I can go back to goofing now.
Can you?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
Why?
It's real
It
bad.
is,
It's real
why
bad.
would you do? Why would you
worst.
put that in there? Why would you?
Nobody fucking knows. Nobody
And
fucking
like,
knows.
you know what? Even before the fucking 2-year-old part, like we had to listen to the story of the fucking like imprinting. It's like cavemen fucking beating women on the fucking head was what I got from it. Was like, I'm dating this one. I like this one. Smash, and then just grab her by the hair and drag her back to the cave. Like, I don't like. What is happening here? And I couldn't even remember which one that Sam was married to.
They're not
I
married
got
yet,
confused.
but it's
Oh, okay.
Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sam
which
is
one?
with Emily.
Okay,
He
and
was dating Leah.
Leah was the cousin. No, Emily was the
It's-
cousin, I guess. That he ended up with,
Yeah.
right? Second cousin
Both
or whatever.
cousins to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
which one was?
They're cousins.
Which one
It
was
works.
the first
'Cause they're
cousin?
both-
He was
Damn
with
it.
Leah.
You know what I mean?
Harry Clearwater's daughter.
Yes. I was with Leah, enter cousin, imprints on cousin. And then he's like, oh, I feel bad because I imprinted on the cousin. I'm like, no, you feel bad because you're an asshole. And I don't know what to tell you otherwise.
No, but it's a magical love, Tim. It's a magical love that no one can deny.
Transcend.
And then she's like,
Or-
it's gonna be your brother until you're old enough. And I'm like, no, that doesn't help. That does not help.
In no
No,
way.
because you
I'm
know
in
what? You're not
no way
supposed to
better.
fuck your brother either.
Just Jenna quote of the year. It's just I want that one little snippet to be. That's my commercial for the show, right there.
Join our Patreon. 'Cause you're not allowed to-
Has anybody asked Stephanie Meyer why the fuck she did this?
Oh, do you know that is the last thing that I want to do for fear that I might get an answer?
I'm sure someone actually has, and I will not allow Tim to see it.
We'll do your muffs until y'all are done talking about that one because I don't want to know.
I haven't seen. I'm so curious.
I will say that some of the wolves are named after her brothers. So,
Like her
Creepy.
actual brothers?
After hearing the story, it's gotten creepier now. So
yeah.
Right, because she describes how hot they all are.
I have this vision of her in front of a typewriter, and she's like, yes, it's imprinted on an 8-year-old, and then she just takes that page out and crumples it up, and it's imprinted on a 6-year-old. No, takes that page out and crumples
Not young enough.
Not young enough.
I don't like it. I'm laughing because I'm very uncomfortable.
You know what line really hit it home for me that this was a horrible thing I was reading? Like all of it, but
All of it.
Most
what
of it.
really hit it home was when he said he just has to be patient for 2 decades or so.
Oh,
Throughout the entirety of this book, Jacob, I'm on your side. You are not a terrible... Well, I mean, you're kind of terrible, too. Or you're a little terrible. But
Slightly less
I would much rather her be with you because you're not crazy psycho killer. And then he says that shit, and you're like, you can all die in a fire. I don't give a fuck.
yep.
give a
Every
fuck.
one of you. Every one of you.
Yep.
Fucking.
There's
Follow
not a
him.
single character that I like after reading this book.
Nope.
Charlie should have gathered them all into that house, turned on the oven, and then put the fucking metal in the microwave. I'm so sorry. I don't mean that. Yes, I do.
So you gotta pick sides, right? You gotta pick sides.
I
And
won't.
I'm like, am I team vampire? No. Nope. Trash. Am I team wolf? No. I am this land. Treaty, signed, whatever, right? No wolves or vampires. This is horse girl land. Right here. Or hearse girl. This is hearse girl land.
So you want to be in Angela's witch coven? That
Yes.
hasn't popped
Yes, I
off
do.
yet.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Man,
We're gonna be swamp witches.
do you
Hell
know?
yeah.
Hell yeah. Do you know how bad I wanted Angela to just be like, oh, by the way, I'm a witch?
Yeah.
So bad.
So
Desperately.
bad.
Desperately.
And I've only become a witch in order to rid the world of vampires and wolves.
Yeah.
Creepers.
Angela,
Yeah.
what's her name? Monster Hunter. I don't remember what her last name. Oh, yeah,
Angela.
Angela.
Angela, the wolf killer. There you go.
Just kids are wolves now.
She'll kill everybody. I love that about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Angela the best character now?
Is
that what we're saying?
She's gotta be. Poor Charlie is so beaten down, he's lost the title.
Oh yeah. And I still really want to like Alice. Like, there's part of me that just wants to think that she's just being manipulated in the whole thing, and she actually is a good person, and she did
And
not
yet-
intend to kidnap Bella. But
And yet-
she pretty much openly
She did
says
it for a Porsche.
Yeah, and she openly says that. And I'm
multiple
like,
times,
no,
yeah.
I want you to be my favorite character, but
And
then you
then-
do things.
When Bella won't do what she wants, she does say, "I didn't even get to drive it once," and start
Yeah.
manipulating her that
Yep,
way.
mhm. Yep.
It's so
So these monsters, right? The monsters, and I don't mean that just because they're awful people. I mean that they're like magical beings or whatever. They're supposed to hide their existence, right? So what does this motherfucker do? He rides up on this loud-ass motorcycle and then screams at the school full of children, "Bella, run!" in order to break her away from the vampires that have her How dumb are the people in Forks?
Yes.
Pretty dumb, apparently.
Bella, run!
That's how I imagine he did it. Like a...
It's real bad.
And then Bella's all like, I can't believe... What's the patchouli? Not the patchouli. What's the vampire... The vampire kingdom... Volturi.
Oh,
Yeah.
The patchouli. Oh, they're just a bunch of hippie vampires. Instead of sunning their buttholes, they're mooning their buttholes.
Sparkly.
Sparkly buttholes. Oh my god, vampires have sparkly buttholes, by the way.
I
I'm so sorry. That's nothing that ever crossed my mind before. Thank you, Tim. Beautiful gift you've given me. Oh my god, that's so good.
When Bella is listening to Jasper tell his story, which I thought they said Jasper was one of the youngest vampires, but he was all fighting in the Civil War, so whatever.
That's fine.
And he's all talking about the Vulture, which is what I'm going to call it from now on.
No, it's patchouli now.
Yes, the patchouli. He's talking about the patchouli. And she's all like, I can't believe he'd talk about the patchouli like they're doing a good thing. And I'm like, first of all, they are regulating the vampire murderer people. So they kind of are. But second of all, who the fuck are you to talk about anybody, like, their viewpoint on anything at all?
You've already fucking stated that if Edward were outwardly killing people just because he wanted to, you'd be fine with that.
And Jasper was all like, this shit sucked. And then the patchouli comes in, and they fucking like were like, you guys are trash. We're gonna kill all of you. And then shit went better, you know. And I'm like, you know, It sounds like they did do a good thing.
They literally killed enough people to turn them into baby vampires that people thought it was a plague, and they're like,
Yeah.
of course it's a good thing.
Yeah. Which, you know, wiping out a whole bunch of vampires, it's okay. Vampires aren't real. We can talk like that. But, like, I don't...
Also, don't you think that Alice could, like, maybe find people that were going to die anyway, and then they could use them if they wanted to? Like she could use her power to see people who were about to die.
This is a much better book.
This is a much better book.
Alice, like, quantum leaping around, but not through time. I like it. Just like, there's a school bus barreling... Not a school bus. Why did it have to be a school bus? There's a public transportation bus.
Because now you're a monster, Tim.
Yeah.
This is how your brain works, too.
It's just barreling down, and there's this person... I don't want to describe the person because they're about to die. Who's about to just
Don't get us invested, because
Yeah,
we'll be very sad.
yeah, just about to get run over, and then Alice swoops in and saves him, and then is like, and then just bites him, right? And turns him right there. And he's all like, why'd you do that? And she's like, you were dead anyway. Let's go.
Yeah,
Fight
I was more definitely thinking, like, she finds them before they're going to die and say, hey, I know that you're about to die. I can tell you how it happens. You're not going to avoid it. Or you can join us.
Probably better. You'd probably get a little less pushback that way.
Yeah.
I mean, why does it have to be people in the prime of their lives? Why can't we just hang out around the nursing homes and, like, people that are
Oh
in the
my
death
god, a
throes?
bunch of little old millies. Oh,
Yeah.
oh
love
my
that.
goodness.
They blend in the crowds at the farmer's market.
Hell yeah.
Except they'd
yeah.
sparkle. So there's
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
And they just be
they'll
like,
have
look at
little
Grandma,
faults.
she got into the glitter again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is still the biggest fucking thing that I do not understand about this stupid fucking book is that, okay, they sparkle. Okay, so do I, a lot. I wear a lot of body glitter. I'm wearing some right now. If I go outside, I'm gonna fucking sparkle.
We go to Jenna's house, there's not one body glitter bottle.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
No, I have to cover my tracks. Of course, I have to buy uni glitter.
Yeah, that's true. Dump it in the toilet. Make it look used.
Go to the backyard and find the glitter pit of shame.
Well, now that you know my secret, I'll be visiting each of you tonight.
You know what? I'm ready to end it.
And become a vampire?
Everybody vote right now on whether or not I get to become a vampire.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. God damn
I
it.
would have wanted somebody to vote no for me.
Dude, and it was like, okay, so I'm angry at this stupid story. Then we get to whatever. Then we get to Rosalie.
I
get
can't. I
we
can't
get
with you right now.
We get to her story, and I was like, this sucks so much. Like, this is just awful. And then we get to Jasper's story, and I was like, actually, this sounds like it would be a better story than the story that they're making me read.
Oh,
And
it
then
sounds awesome.
The part that I really want was the part that the old guy told at the campfire or whatever at
Oh,
the
yeah.
sharing. I think they were all at the sharing.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
yeah, he tells this story, and I'm like, this was a better story, right? You could have given me this many pages with this story on here. I'd have been like, that's a good book. That was pretty cool.
And the worst part about that was it was an amazing like folk tale of how they got their powers, and it included like, you know, just a lot of like interesting stuff happening and storytelling and wondrous stuff. And then Bella's like, you know who I really liked in that story? The one nameless wife character who killed herself to distract the vampire. And then she just does nothing about it. Like, we don't... Listen, you know how you could have gotten some points back in this weird point system I've just contrived for this book right now? You could have said, hey, what's her name?
Yeah.
Why
is she just third
Listen,
wife?
Billy, that didn't pass the Bechdel Wallace.
Yeah. You remember when Barb died in Stranger Things and people had like the push?
Don't
like,
get me started. Oh, don't get me started.
Justice for Barb. We should start with the
No.
Justice for third wife.
I'm fine with that.
Why are you so mad at Barb?
Barb is a bad friend.
I don't remember. Is that terrible? I don't remember enough about Barb to call her a bad friend. I don't remember what Barb did. Okay, I'm sure that's a conversation for another podcast or for another time.
Okay. Acceptable.
Yeah.
Barb is
like
a bad
it.
friend. Come at me.
Okay. You know what? No, it's the Kyle Rayner thing all over again.
Oh, Kyle Rayner
That's
is terrible.
I know, and I used to really like Kyle Rayner, and then I talked to Jenna, and Jenna's like, Kyle Rayner's trash. I'm like, Kyle Rayner's not trash.
No,
And then
it
she
wasn't
goes through
you talked to Jenna. It was you said something about liking Kyle Rayner, and Jenna sent you a fucking tome, a 3,000-page text message about why you should not like Kyle Rayner anymore.
At the end of it, I was like, oh God, she's right. He's awful, and I hate him.
He's bad. He is a bad man. He's
Yeah.
literally why we have the term fridging. Fuck Kyle Rayner. Anyway,
100% true. He was the guy.
speaking of terrible reasons to kill women in stories, this
Wow. Yeah.
Like, is Stephanie Meyer okay?
one. No.
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 Like,
No.
No, I love that. Like, all I do is rage about the book, and then in comes Casey. Like, I think we need to send a wellness check. I think we need to make sure she's all right.
the things that she finds acceptable, I'm like, oh, are you alright? What's happening in your personal life that you think any of this is okay?
This was a very, very popular book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
just-
remains very popular.
Do you know how many TikToks I get served now?
Oh, God.
I said like a third of them to Jenna. Only a third. I just stared at her picture for a while after reading this and just tried to like really just tried to take
Tried
it
to
all
imprint.
in. Yeah, I was trying to imprint on her. I was trying to shift my entire world so she could be the center of it, and then I thought, I'm just a baby. This is her responsibility.
I'm baby.
I'm baby. Take care of me, Stephanie Meyer.
Now, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they never use the term vampire babies in this, right? Because that really changes the story a lot for me to think of it, though.
I may have used a term that they didn't exactly use.
And Tim, in the book, you just see Tim walking through the background, vampire baby.
Yes. Fucking Kermit.
Little baby count. Wait, no. Sorry. Muppets Sesame Street, not the same thing. Sorry. Fuck.
No, but yours is awesome, too. What's the Count's backstory? I wonder what his terrible... You know what? I want Stephanie Meyer to write that story. I want to know what kind of horrible... Yeah.
I don't want to know. That's a children's entertainment show. I don't want to know who or what he imprinted on before deciding to join that school or whatever.
Oh no, he was probably like in an asylum or something, and he was just counting things.
The days until he was going to be let go.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh no.
Alice foresaw his death and then went and had him join the army. That's what I'm gonna... Actually, I'm sure somebody's written the Count's backstory somewhere.
Got to.
I'm gonna end up down that fan fiction rabbit hole again because this went
yeah.
so well for me last time.
I will await the email from Tim.
Okay.
I'm going for canon first. Much like my deep dive into why navy blue is navy blue.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good question, though. Why is there no navy red?
Turns out there is.
Yeah.
These are the questions that Scott has for all of you.
I love it. He's going to be the best ADHD fuel in the world. Just, if he has a question, I'm just going to be like, I'll look it up. I'll do it. I'll look it up. Hold on. Just give it to me, and I got this.
Have we covered everything that we wanted to cover?
Oh, probably not.
No.
I have one more thing that I want to cover, and that is Jasper's story about how he decided to become a vegetarian vampire was way better than anybody else's.
Everyone else. Well, I mean, Carlisle's story is pretty cool.
That's...
I like it.
I mean, yeah. Okay,
but
yes, Carlisle.
I need more of Jasper, in general.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just the way they sold Jasper in the first book. Like, I get it that he hasn't been trying to control himself as long as maybe the other ones, but they made it sound like he got turned, 3 or 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I got it. Not...
Nope, he joined the Confederate Army.
Yeah, I could use a little less of that, though.
Yeah.
Maybe a little, just when he gets turned and on, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another, rage moment that I had. Was when they started bashing on Southern vampires.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but they didn't. No, Tim. Not? If you read, they didn't mean us. They meant below the United States. And also, that's still shitty.
Yeah, I know. I still took offense to it. Stephanie Myers is from Connecticut.
She's from Utah.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you say Canada, don't you dare.
Is it Utah?
She's in Mormon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just made me mad. I was like, I've met Northern trash people too. Can we stop? What about you, Casey? Did we touch on all your points yet?
I liked when she was cleaning up all the blood with the bleach, and she was like, the bleach made me less dizzy than the blood. And I was like,
oh yeah,
all right, I'll just inhale a little bit more of that bleach. And then we'll fix that.
I mean, we already know that she's fucking crazy, so.
Bleach. But yeah, that's all.
The weirdest line of that was when she turns around. She goes, "We're just a little sensitive to blood around here, Jacob."
Oh my god, like a fucking Milwaukee mom. Just a little sensitive to blood around here.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jacob. Also, like Edward's gonna go fucking frenzy over Jacob's blood. He already said he fucking stinks.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. Werewolves and vampires hate the smell of each other.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention specifically the part where Edward plays a prank where he breathes creepily.
Yeah, plays a prank. That's pissing on her leg is what you just did.
Oh my god, I didn't pick up on that. Ew.
Oh, really?
Ew.
Yeah. Literally just gonna...
Yeah.
Oh, you nasty shit. Ew.
So gross.
I hate them all.
Yeah. It's all bad. Every bit of it. Every bit of it is bad.
Yeah.
Who thinks that was romantic? Whatever.
Some people. Some people do.
Therapy for everyone. Go. Well,
they made a movie out of this. Do you know how many people this had to get through? Do you know how many people failed us? Like, editors,
publishers.
No. They saw the dollar signs and they were like, absolutely. People are crazy.
Convinced that the movies have to be better than these books, though.
I can't wait.
You know who didn't fail us?
Who?
My Chemical Romance did not fail us because they were asked to do a song for the movie and they said, no thank you. They are the heroes.
Yep. Yeah.
Rest my case.
Yeah. Gerard Way is a writer, too, so he was like, oh, no.
He's like, Watchmen? Definitely. Twilight? No.
Yeah, I think this was the first time that she didn't mention My Chemical Romance in the back of the book. So.
What?
Did she mention Muse?
Yes.
Always.
Always Muse.
Always Muse.
Always. And Jack's mannequin, which I'm like, get the fuck away.
Wait, sorry, what? Sorry, I had the ebooks. What's going on?
She always, there's like the thank yous in the back. She always thanks like the musical artists that she was listening to while writing these. And my Chem is in the first two. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, that's cool. That's a cool thing to do, I guess. Like, shout out your inspo music. That's great. I would be like, don't anymore.
That's so good to me. Sorry. Oh, that's so funny.
That being said, next book comes out and she's like, thanks to the Hearse Girls. I'm going to be like, we did it.
You're fucking welcome. If anybody didn't expect that this was the one where we get nasty, like, to be as good as we are in your eyes. It's adorable.
I'm sorry in particular for the crimes I committed to Tim when he so hopefully asked me if this book was going to be good. And I may have led him astray a little.
By saying yes?
I sent her a message and I was like, this is the one that's going to turn the corner, isn't it?
She will. Hold on. Wait. She didn't lie. It turned the corner.
It did. It did turn
and it can never come back.
Yeah.
We went down a really dark alley.
It was just the response, like, when I replied, like, yeah, and Tim's like, great, I'm so excited it's gonna be better from here on out. And then I think I did respond to that, happiness not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, I did put, like, a little legal asterisk
No
in there.
takesies, backsies.
I just, like, there's, like, this piece of me that is just very, very curious how is it going to make me more mad in the back half?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, there's this tiny little piece that I keep trying to push down that's like, it can't. And I was like, shut up. Shut up,
Maybe
you're
it
always
can't.
wrong.
Maybe this
Yeah.
was as bad as it's going to get for this book.
Yeah. Now it's gonna turn a corner.
I hope.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's all uphill from here.
I did try to look up vampire news again, and as it turns out, there's still nothing.
Where are the vampires, though? Where did they go?
It's going to be terrifying when you finally find some.
I know, right? There's, like, the bullshit about the movie that we already talked about, like how Netflix is doing an adaptation of An Interview with a Vampire. But we talked about that, like, weeks ago.
41,
That was the only thing that popped up.
41 people dead in the Pacific Northwest, and we're like, oh no, this is not the vampire
Fear.
Oh,
news.
it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a month. In a month.
But it's getting worse, too. It's
Yeah.
exponentially.
How did the guy disappear from the movie theater right next to his date? How did they extract him?
It's one of those, like, you're watching a movie, they're walking out, and then something just, like, comes from off-screen above and just, like, yanks him up. Jerry, where'd you go?
Must have gone to the bathroom. I'll just keep watching the movie.
Bella, run!
Run, Bella!
Run, Bella! Bella!
Run, Bella, run! Ugh. I like how Jacob just keeps getting taller.
Yeah.
Like, every time, it's like he was 6'5", now he's 6'11", now he's 7'10".
You triggered Tim.
Yep. That was the moment when I knew I was in for it. When he turns and looks at her, he's like, I've aged to the point where I'm 25, so you pretty much don't have to worry about being older than me. I was like, that is not how that works. That is the opposite
Tim,
of how that works.
Truth time, Tim. Are you just mad because he's taller than you?
Probably. Probably. You know, it is rude. Being
It's
taller
very
than me
rude.
is rude.
It is.
And then Phil broke his leg or something. Yeah.
Phil's
he broke his
conveniently
fucking femur.
absent for most of anything that happens in this book.
Nothing
Any
good.
book.
Nothing good happens to Phil. He is just this character that exists somewhere else with a tiny rain cloud over his head. Like, yeah.
Phil.
Every time we hear Phil's name, something else awful has happened to him. Except when he got a job. But then he broke his leg because of his job. You know.
Yeah. But I do kind of love that he broke a bone in his body. It's a very big bone, and I'm sure that it hurt a lot and that he needs a lot of help. He broke one bone in his body. Bella broke like a lot. And she flew home like the next week, maybe? I don't know. And didn't need that much
he
help.
broke his thigh bone. Was that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that hurts terrible. Like, I'm sure it does.
Oh, yeah, and you can't move much.
But he also broke it fucking
Yeah.
around, was the other this has nothing to do with the pain or anything like that.
No,
I just
I
love that it
mean-
wasn't even at work, really.
Wasn't it? He was teaching him how to slide.
He was showing off sliding into home plate or whatever.
And got tangled with the other dude.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. I don't like it. All right. Vampire number 1.
Harold.
No. No.
Damn it.
Was born to a demon lord and a human woman.
Cute.
I guess that also kind of makes her a dampier. I've had a lot of dampiers on this.
Okay, I'm gonna need another one because that doesn't narrow it down all the way.
Her father, the demon lord, was the ruler of the Nightosphere.
Nightosphere sounds like a medieval times. Like
For
knockoff.
vampires.
Everyone's dressed as a knight. and
They
just walk
serve you tomato soup.
It was the shittier Thunderdome a little bit further down, but that doesn't cost as much to get into.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of Bartertown.
they don't use real chainsaws there, but you just save a few bucks.
Cool Run Haggleville?
Okay, nope, I don't recognize the
It's
Nightosphere
like a
as a
comic book
thing.
Okay.
I, Tim, do not recognize the Nightosphere. It exists, but I will not acknowledge it.
After the death of her mother, this vampire was left abandoned on Earth and found by Simon Petrikov.
Abandoned on Earth?
Is this a Castlevania thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are they from space?
They're from the Nightosphere.
Yeah.
Is that...
I'm not saying space doesn't play into some of this. Maybe. But...
It was just the abandoned on Earth that made me think.
It could be
suddenly
on
we're talking
Earth
about
from like
space
the
vampires.
underworld.
Yeah, that makes way more
want
sense.
space.
But in my mind, they're from
Yeah.
space.
This is like an Asgard situation.
Is this the Thor of vampires?
The Nightosphere. Yeah, no, I'm gonna need another one.
Okay. This vampire befriended a princess who was the leader of a rival kingdom. And the two would often avoid official royal meetings and explore this kingdom's mining complex together.
Is this Marceline?
Yes.
Yes! Yes!
I don't know who that is.
From Adventure Time.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yay, I got one.
I should, watch shows.
I haven't seen very much. I just started it. It's one of those things that, the kids were never into, so I didn't watch it. Even though I should have, because it's fucking great.
Everybody's told me it's great.
Vampire number 2 was meant to be a parody of Bela Lugosi's portrayal of Count Dracula.
Leslie Nielsen.
Dragula.
No. I mean, okay, this could have been anything. I'm sorry. You're right. I'll say he first appeared in the season 4 premiere of his show.
Jackie Daytona.
No. It's not. Come on.
The guy from the IT crowd.
Richard A. Waddy?
No,
No.
Richard A. Waddy
Fielding.
himself.
No feeling.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, the 4th season.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a supernatural thing?
No.
Okay.
You mean like the show Supernatural?
Yeah.
That kind of a thing? No. Not at all.
Is this a real
Concept.
vampire?
It's a real vampire.
Okay, give me another clue.
Okay. This count now he lives. Yes, he does. He is a count. That's right. I thought I read it wrong. He lives in an old cobweb-infested castle, which he shares with many bats, a wolf, and a cat. And he spent his childhood in the Carpathian Mountains.
And many bats.
Many bats.
All of the bats.
Is it the Batman?
I've forgotten the other clues.
Oh, no.
Because I had. Oh, no, okay, he appeared in season 4 of a show. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm gonna need another clue. I feel like season 4, that should be telling me, and it's not.
All right. This vampire's family contains many unnamed relatives, but his uncle is one of the only relatives that we know who has a name, and that is Uno.
Uncle Uno.
Sounds fun.
Uncle Uno. No.
I don't know anything.
No, that's not getting me there. I'm gonna need another one.
During season 5 of the show that this vampire is a member of, he hired one of his, we'll say best friends, to answer the telephone so that he wouldn't be interrupted from the thing he loves to do.
None of this sounds familiar.
Now I just want to say call it the energy vampire, and I don't think that's right either.
No.
So.
No.
I feel like
this is a kid's show.
I was just gonna say that. This has got to be a kids show,
Yes.
right? And it's not the Count because we've already done the Count.
Have we?
Yes.
Did we?
Yes.
Count?
When did we do the count?
Count?
I don't remember, but I remember getting it
Oh,
right.
Uncle
one time.
Uno! Uno, one? Is it the Count?
Oh, that was the only reason I didn't guess it, is because I thought we'd already
I
done
thought
it.
we'd already done
We just talked about the count, but
Is it the Count? Is that who it is?
what's his name?
Count Von Count.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Uno should have given that one away.
Vampire number 3 was born and raised in Greece by his single mother and experienced an isolated childhood due to his rare blood condition.
Oh, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger in Twins.
No.
Oh.
What?
He could have been a vampire. You don't know.
That's true.
Prove it.
Grease, I thought you meant the musical.
Oh, Grace.
Yeah, he was raised in Greece.
Danny Zuko is a
I
vampire.
don't remember this plot line at all.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was Danny and Sandy's kid in Grease, the musical.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I need this crossover. Oh, like a
Oh my
50s
God.
monster, like a 50s high school thing, but they're all monsters. I would fucking love that. Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
So cute.
Okay, let's have another one.
This vampire was an intellectually gifted young man who spent his time reading and in time became a highly respected and Nobel Prize-winning biologist.
That still sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Twins.
Matt
Sure, yeah.
Damon.
Yep.
Goodwill Hunting. I don't know.
This would be Richard Ayoade would be another great guest for this one.
It's not Michael Morbius, right?
It is Michael Morbius.
I didn't know he was raised in Greece.
The musical.
Yes. Yeah. I decided to throw that one in there because of the grooming.
Oh,
So,
Sorry, that was a Jared Leto joke. Oops.
Oh no.
Oops.
wow.
Oops, kabibbles. Did I do that?
Oh no.
Okay, vampire number 4 is the daughter of Alucard and Cindy.
Castlevania.
That is-
Victoria Helsing.
That's a pair.
Cindy,
Alucard and Cindy. Yep, give me another
Cindy
clue.
Crawford.
This vampire falls in love with the member of a rival family's family. Yep.
What?
As this person is spying on her family's restaurant.
What?
Is her name Juliet, just to be a cliche?
Maybe.
Juliet Von Helsing.
No, but it is so close.
Oh no.
Julieta.
No.
Just Julie.
Juliet the Impaler. Because that was Vlad's last name.
Javelina.
No.
Juliet.
But think about
But
how good of a name
Javelina is
for
a very
daughter,
cool name.
for Vlad.
I love
Impaler's
it.
daughter.
Yeah, that is good.
She would be Dracula's granddaughter, right? If her dad's Alucard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing that would ever make me want to have a kid, which nothing will, ever, can't want to birth one of my own, sorry, is just the thought of naming them your name backwards. How fucking narcissistic, first of all. Second of all, I love it.
I was thinking how great that would be for Zayla.
Zayla. That's cool.
I don't even know. Is that how you say Alex backwards? Xela?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know.
Or Shayla.
I feel like I've done as well as I can do here.
Capulet.
When this
give me-
vampire was born, her parents let her have a soul so that she could socialize in the mortal world.
That's nice of them.
That's cute.
Sure.
It's always good to socialize your children and let them play with the other children,
Yeah.
I guess. Take them to the children park once in
The
a while,
children
let them run around.
Park where the children are.
Listen, they always call it a dog park. Everybody just assumes they mean a human park when you say a park.
That's a fucking good point. I feel bad for laughing at you because that's a fucking amazing point.
Why would you ever feel bad for that? The
So-
shit that comes out of my mouth.
I think we were in Nashville and we drove past a dog park. We were going to one of the dive bars.
We're going to Santa's bar.
Yeah, we were going to Santa's bar. We drove past the dog park, and I looked at the dog park, and I was like, I want to go in the dog park and play with the dogs. And I was like, would that be weird since I don't have a dog? And Alex looked dead at me and was like, I will use the help action to allow you to go into the dog park, which... After, like, a couple of fake rolls, we established that Alex was going to basically act as though she were a dog. That was how she was going to use the help action.
A la the play Sylvia.
Is that what happens in Sylvia?
Well, it's just an actor plays the dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I was suddenly like, they stole our plot.
How do you go back in time just to copyright something and then sue someone in the future? Wait, the present.
I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, I do not know Juliet's last name.
Do you know what Juliet is from?
Romeo and Juliet?
No, I mean, come on.
This Juliet? No, I do not know what this Juliet is from.
Yeah. This Juliet has been in many relationships, 2 of which were with Julius Caesar and Galileo. This Juliet has also been to 523 proms.
Why? Like, yeah, I get, like, you live forever, blah, blah, blah. Like, why would you go after a while?
Why? Nothing new can happen. Why? I mean, unless you went to that one in, like, 1970 something. Why?
Carrie?
Yeah.
That one in 1970 something? Mm-hmm. The one that Carrie was at?
Yes. Yeah, exactly that one, Tim.
Wow.
Sorry, I only sounded bitchy because Alex had just said it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I am not familiar with this, whatever it is.
Okay, I'm going to let you guys Google it, but first, to help you out, I will tell you that this vampire is played by Bridget Mendler. And go.
Juliet Van Heusen?
Yep.
From Wizards of Waverly Place.
Nope. I never had a chance.
I feel like I did extremely well for knowing nothing.
Half a point, Alex.
I'll take the pity point.
Did she just award your house half a point?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
It was very Maggie Smith of me, wasn't it? All right. Daughter.
Call me daughter.
All right. Vampire number 5 is the daughter of 2 prosperous Chinese immigrants and was born in Beverly Hills, California.
Okay, what else you got?
This vampire was an immensely talented gymnast and was believed to have the potential to participate in the Olympics. I love Tim's face when I give these clues, and he's just like, I got no fucking clue.
Yeah.
He's not even registering.
No.
It's a modern vampire. Because
Yes.
the Olympics. Well, the Olympics are ancient.
Wait, what?
That makes sense.
I'm just going with it. Sure.
I'm like, the Olympics were only established like 20 years ago. And I'm like, no, I'm just 20 years old.
Well,
Don't mind.
when was gymnastics added to the Olympics?
20 years ago.
And when was Beverly Hills established?
Yeah. That would be the bigger indicator, I think. No, anyway.
Is she a Chihuahua?
Well, no.
Oh, what? Oh.
Damn it. I thought this was going
looks
to be
up.
a Beverly Hills Chihuahua
Da,
vampire.
da, da, da. Chihuahua. Da, 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 da. Vampire. Da, da.
You know who the... I don't think it'll ever come up, but do you know who the vampire that comes to mind, like, I have just preloaded ready before every question?
Jackie Daytona.
But Banicula
Oh.
is the one that I have just preloaded ready to go.
Oh.
I love Banicula.
There was a kid in 6th grade. Maybe it wasn't 6th grade, some grade, who did a book report on Banicula, and we all had to do, like, the book report plus, like, a special side project to go with it. He did an original song about Banicula, and he performed it in
That's
front of
adorable.
the entire class, and he was, like, the nerdiest kid in the whole class.
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
God.
oh my god.
I hope he's a millionaire.
I know.
Yeah.
Unless he turned out to be an asshole, and then fuck off, he did one cool thing.
No idea.
Okay, give me
All
another
right.
one.
This vampire's life was destroyed when her parents were murdered by hitmen. They were sent to an orphanage, but they ran away and hid in the Hollywood Mall.
What is
the
this story,
fuck?
and
don't
why
know.
haven't I seen
Yeah,
it?
it sounds fucking rad.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's one of my favorites.
Is this the biography of Jenna? Is Jenna the vampire?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this sounds rad as fuck. I'm really excited to find out what
Yeah.
this one is.
What happened after they went to the mall?
I'll tell you. This
Okay.
vampire discovered that they had a mutant power while
This
running
is-
away from mall security.
This is not Jubilee.
Oh, it is Jubilee.
Oh, it is Jubilee!
Oh, shit! That's awesome!
Wait, Jubilee's a
Yeah,
vampire?
no way did I ever think...
Jubilee is a vampire, and
Yeah.
I've been hanging on to that little nugget of knowledge like for
How is-
years, waiting
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yep.
tell if it was going to
Yeah.
be Tim or Alex to get
What
this
the-
one.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I'm coming, sugar.
In no way was I thinking X-Men at all.
Yep.
What the? Okay.
Yeah. I just,
Yeah, as soon as you said mutant power, it started like I was like, wait, this is familiar now.
Some people just had their minds blown
Yeah,
that Jubilee is a
some people-
vampire.
Shit.
And this brings our podcast to an end. And we want to propose to you that while we love this binding eternal relationship that we have created through Patreon, you should really bring other friends into this, and family, and your dogs, so that we can have a real coven. And that's what I'll say about that. And if you think our episode art is hella cute, that's because it is. And it was created by Casey D, who is here and also writes and illustrates a webcomic called B-Side You, which you can read for free at bsideyoucomic.com, like the B-side of a cassette player. We're all old enough to know what that is.
What's an 8-track?
Well, I mean,
Were-
the
Were you
player
gonna
the
Yeah.
player doesn't have a B side. It's the tape.
Yep.
The tape that has the B side,
Yep.
not the.
Yep. Yep.
All
I
right.
like it.
Thank you. Thanks, Papa.
All music is composed and produced by Jason Shaw. The music is royalty free, just like me, and completely free for you to download and use as long as we say thanks, Jason Shaw, at audionauticsmusic.com. May you never be cheesecooked.
It was unbelievably painful.
Hold on, I forgot the episode title. Hang on.
Oh
Give me a second.
God.
Give me a second.
That's exactly
Give me
where
a
we're
second.
starting.
Okay, nope, I got it. Okay.